Welcome, welcome to our Joy and Aiken Jazz Camp, and please welcome, most importantly, our Joy and Aiken Jazz Campers.
We have had the most incredible few days here at the Etheridge Center. This is our 4th annual Joy and Aiken Jazz Camp. It is the highlight of my year, and I know I speak for all of us faculty when I say that we are just feeling so inspired and so uplifted by all the work these students have done over the past few days, and we can't wait to share it with all of you. Speaking of our faculty, I want to introduce our faculty to you. Some of you might have been here on Thursday night when we had our faculty concert. That was J1, and it's, I can barely remember that. So much has happened over the past few days. But please give a warm welcome to our saxophone and woodwind faculty, Jade Elliott. Our piano faculty, Mr. Matisse Picard. Our bass faculty, Dan Shimolinski. And our drums and percussion faculty, Brian Carter. And I also just want to give a few thank yous before we get into things here. This jazz camp is made possible because of our sponsors. And first and foremost, I want to thank our primary sponsor, Augusta Aiken ENT and Allergy. Let's give them a big round of applause and thank you. And this camp is also made possible because of our funding from the South Carolina Arts Commission. So let's give it up for the Arts Commission. Supporting the arts is always a good cause, and you're about to see why. The next generation. So let's get to the music. To introduce our first song, I'd like to hand the mic over now to one of our drummers, one of our campers. Please give it up for Nathan.
Evening, everybody. Thank you all so much for coming out here. It is a wonderful afternoon in Aiken, South Carolina. First song we're going to be playing is a personal favorite of mine, originally composed by Herbie Hancock in 1964 for his album Empyrean Isles, and this particular one was arranged by our very own Matisse Picard. Personal favorite, a favorite vacation spot of mine, this is Cantaloupe Island.
One.
How about it for this band? And how about it for Matisse Picard with the arrangement? You heard from Kai on the tenor saxophone. You heard from Charlie Whalen on the baritone saxophone. You heard from Nathan on the drums. You heard from Billy holding it down on the bass. And how about it for our trumpet battle with Anna, Jalen, and Braxton? Give it up for the trumpets. Cantaloupe Island. You know, I realized in my introduction I forgot to say who I was, so you're probably wondering who's this guy grabbing the microphone who won't stop talking. Well, my name is Riley Mulherker. I'm the artistic director here at Joy in Aiken, and I also just want to give a big thank you to the whole Joy in Aiken team that makes this camp possible. We work all year round in order to make these 4 days so magical. So let's give a big thank you to our jazz camp director, Jack Benjamin. Give it up for Jack. A thank you to our president of Joy in Aiken, Dr. Sandra Field. Sandra, we love you so much. I want to give a big thank you to our executive director, Janice Jennings. Janice, thank you. And of course, a big thank you to the entire Joy in Aiken Board of Trustees. We are so grateful and lucky to have each and every one of you in our Joy in Aiken family. Let's give it up for the board as well. Now, up next, we have something very special. We were putting together this number, and we thought, well, when you have someone like Brian Carter here on faculty for the drums, it's great, but if you were here on Thursday night, you probably heard what a voice Brian has as well. So we thought, wouldn't it be a crime if we did this whole concert but didn't have a number for Brian to sing? So we made our own arrangement of this next song, an original arrangement. And I won't say anything more because I would like to now hand the mic over to our alto saxophonist, Grace, who's going to tell you a little bit about this next number.
This next number is definitely one of my favorites. It's definitely a fun one. This is Never Know Lament by Duke Ellington. You've probably heard it before, but more than likely you know it by the name Don't Get Around Much Anymore. So this is Don't Get Around Much Anymore.
And please welcome up to the stage, Brian Carter.
Saturday dance. Heard they crowded the floor. Wouldn't be there without you. Don't get around much anymore. Thought I'd visit the club. They're too young for that. Would have gone but would bored. They would have asked me about you. Don't get around much anymore. Hey, Riley. Riley, I guess my mind's more at ease. But nevertheless, darling, why stir a memories? Been invited on dates. Could have gone, but what for? I couldn't make it without you. Don't get around much anymore. Go ahead, tell them, kids. Come on, Andy.
Once again, the Joy in Aiken Jazz Campers. How about it? You heard from Anna on the trumpet. Anna on the trumpet. Grace on the alto saxophone. Jalen on the trumpet. Elias on the alto saxophone. You heard from Connor on the piano. Billy on the bass. Bouncing Billy. And you also heard from Echo on the drums. Give it up for Echo. Wow, Duke Ellington, Duke Ellington. And how about it for our own faculty member, Brian Carter. Brian Carter. Now, during the day here at Jazz Camp, we talk about all sorts of things. But within every topic we're talking about, we have this element that is essential and crucial to jazz music. The element in this music that allows us to express ourselves and find our own voices. And that, of course, is the act of improvisation in everything we do. So we'd like to share a very special selection next. Something that has never happened before. And to introduce this next piece, I'm going to turn the mic over to our trumpet extraordinaire. Give it up for Braxton.
How y'all doing? Next, we're going to play a new piece that we're going to make up on the spot. We call this collective improvisation. This is Rhythmic Youth.
An original composition by the band. How about it? For these geniuses. They call that one Rhythmic Youth. Rhythmic Youth. We try to teach them some rhythm, they teach us some youth. So, Rhythmic Youth. We're now going to invite our faculty to share a song that we learned about, 5-10 minutes ago. This is one by one of our teachers, one of our mentors, and that's one of the things about this music, jazz music in particular. We talked a lot about jazz history in this camp, and one of the things I love about jazz history is how young of a music this is. It only came about in this country a little over 100 years ago. So when you think of that in terms of generations, it's not that many generations. And so we're quite close to the source. And the way it goes on from generation to generation is that it's handed down, it's taught. It's largely an oral tradition, and we have been so lucky to learn from teachers and mentors who have shared this music with us, and now we have the opportunity to share it with the next generation. But we're going to pay tribute to one of our mentors, one of our teachers, the great Wynton Marsalis, and this is a song that he wrote about 20 years ago. I remember when it came out like yesterday, but this is a fun little one he wrote called Sparks. Here we go. Brian Carter on the drums. Dan Shimolinski on the bass. Matisse Picard on the piano. Jade Elliott on the saxophone. My name is Riley Mulherker. Thank you so much. We have one more to share with you, but before we do that, I want to give a couple more thank yous. First of all, and very importantly, I want to give a big thank you to our sponsor for today's concert, for this Sunday afternoon concert for all of our jazz campers. Let's give a big thank you to the Aiken Regional Medical Centers. Thank you. And this camp would not be possible if we didn't have this incredible space. We took over this whole building for the past 4 days, running through the halls, playing music in every room, on the speakers, with our instruments, bringing drum sets, making all sorts of ruckus, all sorts of noise. So I want to give a huge thank you to all the folks here at the Etheridge Center, especially the director, Paul Crook. Thank you, Paul. And the folks that make the show possible. Let's give a big thank you to our production manager, Mary Fran Crook. To Lance Jones doing the sound. James Grigsby doing the video. Isaac Callahan, Kayla Gardner. I want to give a shout out to Brent Klein, who's taking all the incredible photos you see online from this camp. That's all Brent Klein. Let's give it up for Brent. And a huge thank you to all the band directors. I want to give a shout out to Kimberly Fontenez for being the fine arts coordinator for the district, and all the band directors. Some of them are in the house this afternoon. We thank you for the work you do all year round and for letting the students know about this camp so that they can be here to experience this. Let's give it up to our band directors. And most importantly, I want to thank all the people in this room that support these campers, that give them the instruments, that give them the support, that give them the inspiration for them to be able to come to this camp and thrive. I'm talking about all of you in the audience, the parents, the grandparents, the guardians, campers. Can we give it up for the folks out there? How about it for them? Thanks to all of you. And we're going to share one more song with you. And before I pass the mic off, for the introduction, I want to dedicate this song to our president of Joy Nakin, who could not be here today, but we are playing the song for her, Dr. Sandra Field. So without further ado, I would like to pass the mic off to our pianist, Connor, to introduce this next song.
Hey guys, I am the piano player, Connor. Now, this next song is very special to the season, special to all of us, really. This season is very particular, and I think it's very special. I don't know if you'll know what it's called, but it's actually called Summer. Now, what better song to play in the summer than Summertime Itself by George Gershwin. Now, this song was picked out by our very own Jade. Give a round of applause to Jade, please. And give one more round of applause to Dr. Sandra Fields.
it for this band. Abby, Grace, Elias, Kai, Charlie, Nathan, Echo, Logan on that drum solo, Mac on the trombone, Braxton, Jalen, Anna, Billy, Connor on the piano. Stand up. Let's take a bow. One more time for these campers. Thank you all so much for coming out this afternoon, and thank you to all these campers for the most magical week. We wish you all the most wonderful year, and we hope to see you on this very stage in just 1 year. Thanks again, everyone. Have a great night.